to die. Lord, I keep so busy serving my master. Keep so busy serving my master. Keep so busy serving my master. Ain't got time to die.
Everybody has a beginning, right? Yes. Well, MLK has a beginning. We, in 1990, were part of a group, a collaboration with the San Diego Symphony and the Ministerial Alliance and the Baptist Union. And we sang once a year to raise money for scholarships for students. And our first director was Louise Pearson. And then for 5 years, Glenn Jones was our director. And then Glenn was being called to Los Angeles or Ohio or to another place. And our director and vice chair at that time, Jerry Kennedy Turner and Dorothy Foster, asked Ken, who had been working with Glenn, if he would be the choir director, and he said yes. That was back in 1996. Well, Ken came in and reorganized the choir and created a board. We're a nonprofit organization, decided to sing instead of once a year, all year long. We sing from September to June, all over the county, and sometimes outside of the county, and raise money exclusively for students who are going to pursue a major in the visual
said, okay,
performing
get your
arts.
stuff together because you're going to go with me and do storytelling. That was really kind of scary to me, interesting, but scary. And once I got the hang of it, I thoroughly.
The stage clown. When my sister tells stories, I acted them out and found out that I was pretty good at it.
I've been involved in storytelling since a very early age.
To celebrate a wonderful effort by both the Black Storytellers of San Diego and the Martin Luther King Community Choir.
I'm Dr. McFarland. I'm with the Black Storytellers of San Diego. I'm president and founder of the Black Storytellers of San Diego, and we have been in existence since 1999. We not only entertain, but we educate. Strong believers in literacy, and we have told stories, you name it, I say from the womb to the tomb, but that is quite true. We've been to Wild Animal Park, we've been to the San Diego Zoo, we've traveled around varied areas, every church, schools, performance sites there are. We have been there and we appreciate being there. We are a 501 business and get home tonight. Bid 'em in.
Now, auctioning slaves is a real high art.
Bring that young gal, Roy. She's good for a start. Bid 'em in. Get 'em in. Now, here's a real good buy. Only about 15. Her great-grandmammy was a Dahomey queen. Just look at her face. She sure ain't homely. Like she be in the Bible, she's black but comely.
Bid 'em in.
Bid 'em in.
Bid 'em in. Gonna start at 3. Can I hear 3? Step up, gents. Take a good look. See?
Cause you know you're gonna wanna once you see her.
She's young and ripe and makes a darn good breeder.
Bid 'em in.
Bid 'em in. Bid 'em in.
Bid 'em in.
Good in the field.
She can sew and cook.
Strip her down, Roy. Let the gentleman take a good look.
She's full up front and ample behind.
Examine her teeth if you've got a mind.
Bid 'em in. Bid 'em in.
Here's a bid of 3 from a man who's thrifty.
$3.25.
Can I hear 350?
Your money ain't earning you much in the banks.
Turn 'em around, Roy. Let 'em look at her flanks. Bid 'em in.
350's bid. I'm looking for 4 at $400. She's a bargain for sure. 4 is the bid. 450. 5. $500. Now look alive.
Bid 'em in. Get 'em in.
Now don't you mind her tears. That's one of her tricks. 550's the bid. Now who will say 6? She's healthy and she's strong and she's really well equipped.
Make a fine ladies' man when she's properly whipped. Bid 'em in.
Bid 'em in.
Bid 'em in.
6. 650. Don't be slow. 7 is the going bid. Gonna let her go. At 7, she's going, gone.
Hey, pull her down, Roy. Bring the next one on.
Bid 'em in. Get 'em in.
Bid 'em in.
Make me a grave wherever you will. In a lonely plain or lofty hill. Make it among earth's humblest grave, but not in a land where men are slaves.
I could not rest if around my grave I heard the steps of a trembling slave. His shadows above my silent tomb, it would make it a place for me of fearful gloom.
I could not rest if I heard the tread of a coffle gang to the shambles led, and the mother's shriek of wild despair rise like a curse on the trembling air.
I could not sleep if I saw the lash drinking her blood of each fearful gash, and I saw her babes torn breast like trembling doves from their parents' nest.
I'd shudder and start if I heard the bay of bloodhounds seizing their human prey, and I heard the captive plead in vain as they bound afresh his galling chain.
If I saw young girls from their mother's arm bartered and sold for their youthful charms, my eye would flash with mournful flame. My death-pale cheeks would grow red with shame.
I would sleep, dear friends, where bloated might can rob no man of his dearest right. My rest shall be calm in any grave where none can call his brother a slave.
I ask no monument, proud and high, to rest the gaze of the passers-by.
All that my yearning spirit craves is to bury me not in the land of slaves.
Moaning, no more moaning, no more over me, not over me, and before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave, and go home to my Lord and be free. There'll be praying, there'll be singing, there'll be shouting over me, and before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave, and go home to my Lord and be free.
On balconies.
In red lines. Back doors.
On chain gangs.
In stinking colored toilets.
And crowded ghettos. Outside of schoolhouses.
And voting booths.
And some said,
Later. And some said never.
Then a new wind blew, and a new voice rode its wings with quiet urgency. Strong, determined, sure.
no, not never.
Not later.
Not even soon.
Now.
Walk.
And other voices echoed the freedom words.
Walk together, children. Don't get weary. Whispered them. Saying them.
Prayed them.
Shouted them.
Walk. And I walked the streets of Montgomery.
Until a link in the chain of patient acquiescence broke.
Then again,
Sit down. And I sat down at the counters of Greensboro.
Ride.
and I rode the bus for freedom.
Kneel. And I went down on my knees in prayer and faith.
March.
And I'll march until the last chain falls, singing,
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall over. And all the dogs and the horses in Birmingham and the hoses in Birmingham, nor all the clubs, guns in Selma
Can turn this tide.
not all the jails can hold these young black faces.
from their destiny of manhood, of equality, of dignity.
Of the
Dignity.
American dream.
100 years past due. Now, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise.
Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise.
Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise up from a past that's rooted in pain. I rise.
I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling. I bear the tide.
Leaving behind nights of terror and fear into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise.
Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave.
I rise, I rise, I rise.
Ain't got time to die, 'cause it takes all of my time to praise my Jesus, all of my time to praise my Lord. And if I don't praise him, the rock's gonna cry out, glory and honor, glory and honor. Ain't got time to die. Lord, I keep so busy working for the kingdom. Keep so busy working for the kingdom. Keep so busy working for the kingdom. Ain't got time to die. 'Cause when I'm feeding the poor, I'm working for the kingdom. When I'm feeding the poor, I'm working for the kingdom. When I'm feeding the poor, I'm working for the kingdom. Ain't got time to die. 'Cause it takes all of my time to praise my Jesus. All of my time to praise my Lord. If I don't praise him, the rock's gonna cry out, glory and honor, glory and honor. Ain't got time to die. Lord, I keep so busy serving my master. Keep so busy serving my master. Keep so busy serving my master. Ain't got time.